Hi guys, it's Nancy, and this is the August 2022 Stamp Wars follow-up video. Our sponsor is brand new to us, which is Northwoods Rubber Stamps. Now, if you have been watching my channel, you know that I did a couple of videos a couple weeks ago showing these stamps from Northwoods. So I gave these guys a little bit of a hint. I don't know if they picked up on it or not. And so it was the same premise for Stamp Wars. I wanted 2 cards, one watercolored, one with color pencil, and they had to add glitter. So I'm going to demonstrate what was on my mind. So I have Northwoods Rubber Stamps item number 063, which is pumpkin leaves and hay bale. Perfect for the fall that's coming up. We have this large 3 pumpkin image, a smaller pumpkin and hay bale images, and then some corn stalks, harvest blessings, and wishing you a happy fall. And I love that this is vertical instead of horizontal. They're cling mounted red rubber stamps made here in the United States. And I have stamped them out on the best watercolor paper ever. If you have not tried this out, definitely get a hold of it. Northwoods Rubber Stamps watercolor paper. This is hot press watercolor paper. You get 25 sheets. And these are larger than 8.5 by 11. They're a little longer. And I have stamped these out with Midnight ink from Catherine Puller. This is a great ink for red rubber stamps, and it's good for if you're going to be doing any kind of watercoloring or color pencils. So I have one stamped on the Northwoods paper. You can see it has a little bit of a texture to it. It's not as crisp. And then I have one on Hammer Mill. So I'm going to color this one with some Korean markers, and I'm going to color this one with color pencils. So let me show you how fast and easy this is going to be. I have my Korean markers off to the side here. And then I have just a paper towel and a water brush. I'll bring you guys a little closer. Hopefully some of that glare goes away. There you go. So what I like about these stamps is even though they're detailed, it's not really hard to color them. It's pretty easy to do. This paper really makes it easy to do watercoloring. I'll try and remember to tell you guys the names here. This one is Pale Orange. And you could certainly just color the whole image with the markers if you want. Or you can just do certain areas. I'm going to color the whole thing so that we layer these colors. And the illustrator, the artist who drew these out, has already drawn in all of your shadows, so it's not hard to color these in. All right, second one is going to be Amber 195. I'm just going to bring a little bit of this into this pumpkin, so this pumpkin's a little lighter. A little more on this pumpkin, so it's a little darker, and a lot on this pumpkin. I'm following the shadows that, again, the artist has drawn in already for this pumpkin. Okay. And I have a little bit of orange red. Just gonna add a little bit of that. Okay, now I'm gonna bring my water brush in and just make sure that it's got some water coming out. There we go. And you'll see as soon as it touches the markers, they get activated and they start moving. And I can blend that medium orange into the lighter orange. So again, this will be our lighter pumpkin. This will be our medium pumpkin. And then this will be our darkest pumpkin. And I'm not squeezing my water brush. The water, when it touches, or the brush tip, when it touches the paper, it activates that water to come out of the brush. So I don't need to squeeze it. Okay, that looks pretty good. All right, so let's work on our stems. Olive green. Now for these little vines, I'm not going to color them, or not going to use the watercolor brush. I'm just going to color them in with the marker and leave them alone. And then we have our leaves. Curry, just like a brownish green. Sandstone. And like a dark maroon, copper brown. Let's see how that looks. Oh, that's good. I actually like that one better. And, you know, leaves can be any number of different colors, so you can make them as dark or as light as you want them. This one is burgundy. Okay, so once I have my color down, just go in with my water brush and just mix those colors up on the leaves. There's no right or wrong way. As you know, when leaves change colors, they're very organic. They can have, you know, a rainbow of colors in them. So when we blend these, that's what they're going to do, is they're going to mix and come up with their own colors. Like that was just a brown and it turned to kind of a greenish yellow color. Now these markers do tend to dry back a little bit, so it will be a little lighter. So just keep that in mind as you're doing this. You might need to go back in and add some extra layers of color if you want it a little darker. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. Just got to do the background. Okay, and then for the sky, we can do a light brown, and then for a light blue, and then for the ground, we can do praline. And I'm using a fine tipped water brush so I can get into all of those little nooks and crannies and areas. Okay, and then we want a nice light blue. What do we have here? Arctic blue and cool aqua. Arctic blue looks more blue. And you don't have to go right to the paper. You can color on your glass mat. Pick some of that up and fill in like that. So obviously the more water you add to it, the lighter it's going to be, and the more direct to paper you're going to be, the more concentrated your color is going to be. No right or wrong way, whatever your preference is. Okay, that looks pretty good. If you want to lighten any areas, you just add more water. You can lift that with a paper towel. If you want to darken it, you just add more marker in there. Okay, that looks pretty good. Oh, we just have the frame. Let's do like a nice golden yellow. Gold. And I'm just going to go directly in with this. Okay, that one is done. You can see how easy that was for me to do. That took less than 20 minutes to do that. So we're just going to set that aside to dry. And then we're going to cut that out and add glitter. Now let's bring in the other one. And this one we're going to do with color pencils. I'm going to use a little bit of Gamsol. And I'm using Prismacolors. You can use whatever you have, Castle Arts, Arteza. These are just regular color pencils. Same kind of premise. Gonna color them in. I'm going to go with a darker color. This was Prismacolor Yellow Orange. And this one is Pale Vermilion, which is a little bit darker orange. And I'm just going to layer that in there. Just like I did with the Corrine markers. Now this one I'm going to make a little darker. This one is regular orange. You'll see I'm just mixing and layering my colors here. It's not going to matter. It doesn't have to be super neat because when we go in with the Gamsol is going to smooth that all out. Okay. just like I did before. Bump under my glue left under. Glue residual from another project. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Okay, so now we're going to come in with our Gamsol. Where did this pencil come from? Oh, there it is. And actually, while we're here, let's do this. And you can choose to color and go in with your Gamsol, just like I did with the water, part by part. I prefer to do that when I'm watercoloring so that it doesn't have time to dry too much into the paper. With the Gamsol and the color pencils, it really doesn't matter because it's sitting on top. And you'll notice that these colors are going to be more vibrant because they're sitting on top versus the markers that actually soak into the paper. So now everything is pretty much colored the way that I want it. And you'll see it's not very neat. It's very messy. It's not precise. There are colors overlapping each other. But what's nice is the Gamsol will smooth all of that out. Okay, and then if I missed any spots, we can come back in. But that's pretty much all our coloring with the color pencils. And then this is Gamsol, which is a mineral spirit, which will melt the color pencil down so that it will blend. And these are just paper stumps. And the paper stumps just touch the tip of that bottle. the mineral spirit goes into that tip, and then it melts the wax a little bit on the color pencil, and it blends it to a nice smooth consistency, and then it evaporates and it dries out very quickly, so your paper is not wet, but you can see how those colors blend so effortlessly, so smooth, so easy to do. Now on this part I do take my time a little bit more than the coloring because I want to make sure that I blend everything, that I get rid of all of those pencil strokes. Now, if you missed Stamp Wars, I'll put the link down below for you guys, as well as the link to everyone who participated. We have a lot of fun with Stamp Wars. We hope that we bring to you the attention of a stamp company you may never have heard of. Northwoods is a company that's been around for a very long time. They make beautiful stamps. They normally go to the stamp shows, so if you get a chance to check out Stamp Scrap Art Tour, Stamp Away, what else is there? StamperCon. They're usually at those kinds of events, and then you can see live demonstrations in their booth, but they have a variety of different stamps, so definitely check them out. I'll put the link down below for you guys. We want to support these companies. We want to thank them for sponsoring Stamp Wars, and we want to bring them to your attention because you may not know about these companies. They're not in big box stores. Like, you're not going to go into a Michael's or Joann's or a Hobby Lobby and find this company. But I would definitely say check out their stamps. Even if you get only one stamp set, you're going to help to support them so they can continue to produce stamps and be on the road and show you guys how talented they are with their stamps. And again, show the appreciation for them sponsoring us for Stamp Wars. It's almost like magic when you do this, because one minute you have pencil strokes and the next they're just gone. They're just blended away and you just have this nice smooth finish. So pretty. Okay, I think I got most everything. Oh, I forgot to do the brown. All right, and as promised, I'm going to have a giveaway. So if you want a chance of winning this stamp set, I've also included a couple pieces of the Northwoods watercolor paper and a little bit of the glitter that we used in the giveaway package. I want you to comment below, do you do coloring in your cards, and what is your preferred method of coloring? Do you prefer watercolor? Do you prefer color pencils? Do you prefer crayons? Do you prefer, you know, what is it, the Copic alcohol markers? What is your preferred way of coloring? And oops, that one was green. If you haven't colored before, did we entice you to try some coloring? So this background is a very light blue, so I don't know how much of that is gonna come through on camera. It's almost a grayish blue. So comment down below for your chance to win this stamp set. It is going to be US only. I'm sorry, but the shipping is too high for me to send this to international right now. And if you don't want to take your chance at winning and you want to purchase it, again, the link will be down below for Northwoods. Okay, so now we have both of those panels colored. Look, we got both of those panels colored in under half an hour. I didn't do any editing, you guys. And now we're going to make them into cards. So to do that, I'm going to cut these down a little closer to their edges here. That one's really close. Okay, and then I'm going to frame these off with some black cardstock. So that's going to be about 5 inches. Let me see if this will fit with 5 3 3/4. Nope. Oops. Actually, that might fit, and then I'll cut it down. Northwoods also sells this art glitter glue, which is amazing. And I'm going to get as tight as I can with this black frame here. So I want it really tight all the way around. I'll probably cut it too short on this side. That's pretty good. Pretty good. And I know that they call this art glitter glue. There is no glitter in this glue. It just dries super fast. But it works beautifully with their glitter. And this one I did not cut down enough. So we'll save that for another day. Okay. Okay, now I have card fronts made, but I'm going to want to mount this some more glitter. Five and a quarter. Should be good. 5 1/4 by 4. Cut this. And I'm not doing any like exact measurements, you guys. I'm just eyeballing it, seeing where I like it, and then chopping it down. This trimmer does not cut straight. Anybody else have that problem with this trimmer? Okay, got my 2 card fronts. That is way too wide. I don't like the way that looks. Is this one that wide? Nope, I gotta cut that one down. Okay. And I'm actually going to shorten my card a little bit. What? That's right. I'm gonna make my card a little smaller so this fits better on there. Now, I didn't put a sentiment on here. There's plenty of room if you wanted to add sentiments. I'm going to trim this card a little bit. There we go. Okay, and since this glue dries so quickly, I'm just going to give this a minute, and then we'll cut it down. I don't know why it's so wide. I just didn't look at it, I guess. Yeah, we need to cut that down. Just a smidge. So we're going to let that dry, and then we'll cut that down. And then once that's dry, I'll do the same thing. I'll mount it on the card, and then the last bit is to add the glitter, and it's really simple to do. And I do recommend the Art Glitter Glue for this. They sell everything. This is Art Glitter Glue as well. It just has the fine tip on it. But they sell this Art Glitter, which is ultra fine transparent glitter. And all you're going to do is take your super fine tip, and you can add as much or as little glitter as you want. And this glue dries completely transparent. So I'm going to add it to the top and bottom of my main pumpkin here. I think the more glitter the better, but that's my personal preference. I know a lot of people don't do glitter. When you go and see these cards in their booth, they are all so beautiful with all the glitter. You can add glitter to the leaves, you can add glitter to the pumpkins, you add the glitter wherever you want. Okay. And then you just set it aside to dry. It does not take long to dry, and it will dry clear. You won't see any of that glue at all. Okay, and then we would just mount that one. And then for this one, I'm going to be more precise and follow the lines of the pumpkin. And one jar of this glitter will last you a lifetime. It is super fine. This is great if you are doing your holiday cards and you want to do the all over winter scene that you've seen me do. This is the same glitter that we use at Blue Night Rubber Stamps when we were doing the winter scenes with the double adhesive tape. But once this dries, again, we will mount this one on the glitter card and then on the card itself. Let me show you how beautiful all that glitter looks. And then after it dries, I just take a brush and wipe off that excess glitter. But it's not going to obstruct any of your coloring. It's super shiny. It's super pretty. And you can see here, these are all also Northwoods stamps. I did the same thing. This one was done with Korean markers. But can you see all that sparkle from the glimmer? And you don't see any of the glue. So it's the same kind of effect. Very pretty. You can add as much or as little as you want. And these were mixed with color pencils and also with watercolor markers. A lot of fun, a lot of wow, a lot of pizzazz. So definitely check out Northwoods Stamps. I'll put the link down below for you. And again, what we used in Stamp Wars was stamp number 063, which is the pumpkin leaves and hay bale set. They have other beautiful sets. You want to get yourself a pack of the watercolor paper. You want to get yourself some art glitter glue. And you want to get yourself some of the art glitter if you want to recreate. You have a chance to win. Comment down below. If you do coloring, what is your preferred method of coloring? Do you do color pencils? Do you do markers? Do you do alcohol markers, watercolor markers? What do you prefer to use? And if you've been intimidated by coloring, will you try coloring after watching Stamp Wars? If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to go check out Northwoods and support them as our sponsor. Thanks for watching and keep on stamping. Bye!